The wrong number. How a mistake led to something beautiful. We've all been there. That moment when you realize you've sent a message to the wrong person. Most of the time, it's embarrassing. But sometimes it's the beginning of something wonderful. This is the story of how one wrong number changed two lives forever. On a cold November evening, physics professor David Wilson sat in his quiet office, staring at his phone. He meant to text his sister about their mother's upcoming surgery. "Can you take mom to the hospital on Thursday? My grant deadline got moved up." But when the reply came, "I think you have the wrong number," David's stomach dropped. He checked the digits and groaned. One number off. "My apologies," he typed quickly. "Long day." He set his phone down, assuming that was the end of it. Then it buzzed again. No need to apologize. Grant deadlines and hospital visits, that's a lot. David blinked at his screen. There was something oddly comforting about this stranger's response. Before he knew it, he was typing, "You have no idea." What followed was a conversation that lasted well into the night. The wrong number belonged to Elizabeth Carter, a medical researcher in another city. She understood deadlines. She understood family stress. And somehow, in those quiet hours, David found himself sharing things he hadn't told anyone. His fears about his mother's health, his frustrations with university politics, even his secret love of baking shows. Over the following months, their messages became a highlight of David's day. "How was the presentation?" Elizabeth would ask after a big meeting. "Survived," he'd reply. "Barely." They exchanged book recommendations, complained about academic bureaucracy, and even started a friendly debate about the best chocolate chip cookie recipe. When Elizabeth's research hit a roadblock, David was the first to encourage her. When David's mother's surgery went better than expected, Elizabeth celebrated with him, all because of one wrong number. When the International Physics Conference came to Elizabeth City, David hesitated before texting, "I'll be in Boston next month. If you're free, maybe we could finally have that cookie debate in person?" The reply came instantly. "I'll bring the cookies. You bring the science." That first meeting at a small cafe near the conference center lasted 6 hours. The conversation flowed as easily as their texts had, filled with laughter, thoughtful discussions, and yes, a very serious cookie taste test. As David walked Elizabeth to her train afterward, she smiled and said, "You know, we really should stop calling this a wrong number situation." A year later, David stood in that same cafe, nervously adjusting his tie. Elizabeth walked in, her eyes lighting up when she saw what was on the table: 2 cups of coffee and a plate of chocolate chip cookies. "You remembered," she said. David took her hand. "I remember everything since that wrong number," he replied. That evening, under the soft glow of cafe lights, a new chapter began, one they both knew wouldn't have happened without that fateful mistake. Have you ever made an unexpected connection? How did it change your life?